Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, streaming worldwide on the internet at facebook.com/Region Sports, RSN's YouTube page, regionsports.com, and IHSAATV.com. We come to you tonight from Crown Point High School as Region Sports Network presents our 9th-ranked Lake Central Indians against the top-ranked Crown Point Bulldogs. I'm Mike Zajac. I'll have the play-by-play for tonight's game, and joining me with the color is always entertaining Jay Simmons. How's it going?
Good. It's great to be here. Beautiful night, like you said, 9 and number 1 Crown Point, and they have taken that crown and have run with it since the beginning of the season. Let's look at how they've gotten here so far. They played Lowell here 44-7. And Arizona College Prep, 42-7. I'm sure Arizona College is saying it was purely jet lag.
Yeah.
And then at Maryville last week, when Maryville was number 2 in the RSN poll, and they annihilated them, 46-13. That's your 3-0, and they're averaging 44 points a game, only giving up 9. That's crazy. And then you get to the other side, the number 9 Lake Central Indians in the RSN poll, 2-1. So far have defeated Munster 38-0 at Grand Rapids Catholic. Lost 17-10, and then at Portage last week against resurgent Portage Red Indians.
Yep.
And they won. Lake Central won in the last-minute comeback, 23-21. So that's where both teams stand in Week 4.
Yeah, Crown Point undefeated once again as they start the year. Went all the way to the state championship game, and they just continue to where they were left off pretty much after last year.
Yeah, we talked about it a few weeks ago, and I'm trying to remember. I think it was like 3 seasons ago that was their last loss during the regular season. It was to the Maryville Pirates, and it's been a nice run so far for the Crown Point Bulldogs over that period of time.
Yeah, Maryville's been the number 2 team for RSN's poll for quite some time, even going into last years before. And Crown Point just kind of pretty much wiped the floor with them. And there's no other way to say it, but there's nobody really. You thought maybe Maryville's that other team with Crown Point, but there's now that big gap in between.
Yeah, and you talked about that separation in the Duland Conference. The next tough games. I mean, if you look on their schedule, they got Lake Central this week, Portage next week. Always a tough contest against Roy Richard coach team against Portage, and then you've got at Valparaiso for the Crown Point Bulldogs. So it's a little bit of a grind, but really if you're circling something on the schedule, you're looking September 27th at Valparaiso is going to be really the next big-time contest, and that's going to be probably determining who's going to win the Duland Conference.
Got about 10 minutes until kickoff. The band is now entering the field. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll talk about both these teams. You're listening to Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
It was funny I can't remember who I did the first game with. I think it was Leo, and I had to write it down. Listening.
says select video source, save changes. Maybe that's what it. No, it says it's going to go automatically when it's set up.
Ladies and gentlemen, as per tradition, please remain standing as the Crown Point High School Royal Regiment performs the Crown Point High School fight song.
Okay.
All right, are we live?
Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah.
Never left.
We just weren't live on Facebook.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region from Crown Point High School, along with Jay Simmons and Mike Zajac. Getting set for Crown Point and Lake Central Indians. The band is out on the field, just got done with the national anthem. And of course, just a few days ago was the anniversary of 9/11, and both of the student sections in their red, white, and blue. Huge packed crowd here at
Yes,
Crown
it
Point,
is.
as it has been all year. I think about games I did last year. I'm just from north side to the south side. It's filled up and standing room only, pretty much.
I walked in at 6 o'clock and it was already starting to fill up. So and there was tailgate going on in the parking lot. The parking lot looks packed right now. You had people doing bags, had music playing in the parking lot. So it's a festive atmosphere here for the Bulldogs at a home game.
All right, Jay, what do we know about Lake Central?
All right, well, we've got stats from the game against the Portage Indians where they won 23-21. A couple of the stars were Cameron Reddick. He was 7 for 12, 126 yards. And then you have Trevor Kubiak. All right, there we go. Hey, he was 4 for 80. He had 4 catches, 85.
Kubaki.
Oh, Kubaki. All right, man. I was in the ballpark. Hey, he had 4 catches, 85 yards, 1 touchdown reception. And then you had Jacob Turley, really the man that they've sort of settled on as their starting tailback for the season. He had, as a sophomore, he had 22 carries, 139 yards, and 2 TDs. So a great performance by those guys. And if those guys are doing good, that means the offensive line's doing good. So Lake Central really had a rebound game after their Week 2 loss to Grand Rapids Catholic.
Yeah, Grand Rapids Catholic out of Michigan. Both these teams going out of state in that Week 2 matchup. Arizona for coming over here from Crown Point, and then Lake Central having to travel to Grand Rapids, also crossing another
time zone.
So a tough game for them too.
Yeah, and the Week 2 when you have a 7-game conference schedule is always going to be tough to find. Opponents that want to play a 6A school like Crown Point, like Lake Central.
So Lake Central in at 2-1. I mentioned the running back having a good game against Portage last week. He's hoping to see the same success, obviously, today, but a much tougher opponent.
Yes, it is. And, the style of defense that Crown Point plays, their 3-5, it's going to create all kinds of havoc in there. They have guys blitzing from different spots, guys moving around. That's the beauty of having a 3-5 defense for the Bulldogs. They can send – and they're always sending at least 4 in a passing situation, but you don't know who's going to be that 4th guy. They're always going to rush that 3, but it's going to be where is that 4th one coming from.
We'll take another short break. When we come back, Jay's going to talk about Crown Point and the keys to the game for both of these teams. You are listening to Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. So that's credit to the offensive line.
Credit to the offensive line. And Noah Ehrlich we've been watching him for now. This is, middle of his 4th season. He's been started as a freshman. He's got that sixth sense in the pocket when he can feel pressure coming up from behind him, and he's able to escape. So, but you're correct. That offensive line has been doing a great job as well. Then you got Larry Ellison, the running back. He's got 41 carries, 369 yards, 5 touchdowns. And he's got 4 catches for 63 yards and an additional 2 touchdowns, so 7 touchdowns on the season. You got Trevor Gibbs, 13 catches, 300 yards, 3 touchdown receptions. I mean, you got all kinds of guys you can go to. You got Lucas Zimborski. All right. Hey, he got 6 catches, 105 yards, 2 TDs, so he can spread it all over the place. And then you've got the tight end, if I can find him here. There he is. Trevor Gibbs, 6'4", 235, 13 catches, 300 yards, and 3 touchdowns. I need this guy on my fantasy team.
Trevor Gibbs actually plays both sides.
Yes, he does. He's their starting middle linebacker as well.
Yeah, and I want to go back to that Arizona game. He went down, and also Austin Rivera went down on the left tackle for Crown Point. And I believe Gibbs went down when he was on defense. So they had lost 2 of their key players in that game, and those of you who are listening to that game ended up ending early, about, I want to say, 4.5 minutes to go. Coach Buzio went about halfway, talked to the referees, went over across the field to the Arizona coach, and they just shook hands, and the game was over. So it was already out of reach. I think it's more of an exposition game for both of these teams. So the risk of guys getting injured, Crown Point, they had Maryville coming up the week after, so they don't want to get anybody else injured. So it's good to see Gibbs and Rivera back in the lineup for tonight.
Yeah, that's a huge plus for the Crown Point Bulldogs. Hey, well, we got a minute. Let's talk about the keys to the game. For Lake Central Bulldogs, or Lake Central Indians, it's going to be control the time of possession, play about as perfect of a game as you can, no mistakes. And one of the things I put down on the paper as I was looking at it is you're going to be a riverboat gambler. You're going to take all kinds of chances tonight, and you got the crowd standing up. Mike, describe what we've got going on out there.
Yeah, beautiful place here at Crown Point. Fans are up, and Crown Point Bulldogs are right outside the end zone, ready to come out. They're out of the locker room, standing there. They're going to come through the CP they've got lined up for them, the band and the dancers out there. So they get set to take the field. LC has taken the field already. They're waiting to take the coin toss.
And the keys for Crown Point Bulldogs is don't read the press clippings. 2, don't get overconfident. And the third one is score early and often, take the sails out of a underdog team. Crown
Point still huddling up there on the end zone.
There they go.
Here's the announcement, and here come the Bulldogs out onto the field, the number 1 team in the region. Fireworks go off in the distance. Hopefully one of those don't hit my car over there. That's real close. I didn't see that a couple weeks ago when I was here, but now I'm seeing it. But Crown Point takes the field, and we'll get set for the Friday night forecast. It's brought to you by our friends at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. Tonight's forecast is, once I pull it up, of course there's no signal here whatsoever, but I got 78 degrees, mostly clear the rest of the night. Going to drop down to about 75, 73 degrees. So feeling like 76, humidity at 55%. Beautiful, perfect night for football.
And just a real quick shout out before my grandsons go to bed tonight. Thanks for listening, my 2 favorite guys, Grayson and Graham. Thanks for listening, buddies. Hey, good night. I'll see you tomorrow morning.
That was the game night forecast brought to you by Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. Visit them on the web at forajobdoneright.com. What time do they go to bed? It's only 7.
They're 4 and 2. Well, the 2-year-old
About
goes
8.
Two was just waiting for Papa to say something, and then he's ready for bed, and then the 4-year-old, he'll stay until about 8:30, 9 o'clock, and so I won't be home until later than that. So I got to say goodnight.
All right, coin toss is over with. And as we were checking in on grandkids and weather, we didn't catch who won the toss, but I believe I saw Lake Central was going to take control of the ball first. Let's take a look as Noah Ehrlich is out there warming up. Don't forget about Mayor Pete Land and the Crown Point Pace Department are proud to support Crown Point Bulldogs athletics and say go Bulldogs. Crown Point remains dedicated to preserving history, celebrating everyday life, providing the best in city services, and encouraging smart growth. Mayor Land and the Pace team invite everyone to browse wares from 70-plus vendors at the Crown Point Farmers Market from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. most Saturdays. That is through September 28th. It's at Bulldog Park. For a list of vendors, visit crownpoint.info/farmers market.
That sounds fun.
You always love a good farmers market.
Yeah.
That fresh food. This is a Quintel kickoff. This kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated, specializing in the reconditioning, repairing, and remanufacturing of heat exchangers. And it'll be Crown Point taking the ball first. LC is going to kick it away.
You want to go over some of the starters?
Yeah, let's do that. I was going to see who was kicking. Trevor Baldwin is kicking off for LC. The starters for Crown Point, we talked about them earlier. Noah Ehrlich at quarterback, Larry Ellison, the running back, Trevor Gibbs, tight end. Wide receivers, Oscar Biasi and Lucas Zimborski. Left tackle, Austin Rivera, Tony Brooks at left guard. The center, Anthony Atwood, Austin Reading, the right guard. Nolan Cicero, the right tackle, and the tight end, the senior, Jacob Soley.
Yeah, Soley on the season, 5 catches, 56 yards, and 1 touchdown, and we're off.
A low kick, and this one is going to be rolling out of bounds. And not the start LC wanted. I thought maybe you would have gone with a maybe squib kick there. But unfortunately for them, it goes out of bounds. So a good start for Crown Point's offense, and that's not what you need from LC to start the game.
And, we talked about it in the pregame, the keys to the game. Play a clean, penalty-free game, and what do they do on the first play of the game? They take a 15-yard penalty. The ball will start at the 35.
That brings out Noah Ehrlich and company to the line. They got their play from the offensive coordinator. Now Ehrlich going to be in shotgun. Ellison to his right side, too wide to the right. Back to pass, looking right side. The catch is caught around the 41. Breaking one tackle out across the 45, close to a first down. They'll get it. And that is Oscar Biasi, the junior wideout, with the first down for Crown Point.
Yeah, nice job. Just easy throw and catch right there for the Bulldogs. Get some momentum going, as if they need it when they're scoring. When you're scoring 44 points a game, you don't need a whole lot of momentum. Just get some confidence going. Get feeling good in the huddle. Bounce out. You got a first down.
Good quick throw for Ehrlich. First down is brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville. As Ehrlich's back to pass, he's going to look deep. He's throwing it long, and this one is incomplete. Looking for Caden Smith, the wideout, just out of his reach. And good coverage there by the corner. I believe that was Amarian Brooks.
Yeah, nice job right there. Didn't give him much of a room to throw that one. Noah Ehrlich did a nice job trying to lead the receiver out there. But, again, great coverage by the defensive back for the Lake Central Indians. That
brings up second down and 10, 11:25 to to play in the first. Handoff, Ellison to the right side, gets a few blocks, cuts back, and diving forward across midfield to near the 45-yard line of Lake Central. It's a pickup of 9, so 3rd and short for Crown Point.
Yeah, nice job right there by the offensive line, especially Jacob Soley on the outside, the tight end, sealed off the inside, and Ellison was just able to bounce it right outside and pick up 9 yards on 2nd down, so 3rd and 1. See if CP does a long shot here again on 3rd and 1.
And they're quickly to the line, bunched up formation. They give it to Ellison right up the middle. He gets behind the big offensive lineman, powers forward, and it has a Crown Point first down once again.
Yeah, ran right over the left guard, Tony Brooks at 6'1", 260. Got a great push right there.
It's another Four Seasons Mechanical first down brought to you by our friends at Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville, your Northwest Indiana heating and air conditioning specialist. 10:38 to play here in the first. Ball at the 42 of LC, 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Ehrlich with a man in motion. He hands it off. Ellison breaks away from one, and he's swallowed up right across the 40 to the 39-yard line. It's a good pickup of about 3.
Yeah, Ellison did a nice little jab step right in the backfield. It looked like Brody Ramirez, the linebacker, shot in there. Ellison sidestepped him and picked up another 4 yards on 1st down.
Bulldogs quickly to the line. It's a play action to Ellison, rolling to the right side. He's got Gibbs, and Gibbs is crossing the 30, blockers ahead, and barrels his way down across the 20-yard line. That's another first down. It's a Four Seasons Mechanical first down, brought to you by our friends at Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville.
Yeah, nice job. Noah Ehrlich got out there. He actually had a receiver wide open down about the middle of the field, about 20 yards downfield, and Caden Smith, number 1, but just chose the easy throw and catch right there to Trevor Gibbs. Trevor Gibbs lowered the boom on a couple defensive backs and picked up a big gain right there. It's going to be 1st and 10 on the 20.
10:02 on the clock. Wide out to the left side. Man in motion is Gibbs. Gibbs is going to give it to Ellison. Ellison cuts back up toward the middle. He went off to the left side, didn't have anything. Cut back to the middle. He's across the 10, and another Four Season Mechanical first down for Crown Point.
Yeah, Ellison gets in the hole. All of a sudden it's blotched up. He takes a hop step, goes to his right, and boom, accelerates, and it's going to be 1st down and 10 on looks like about the 8.
Smith and Zimbrowski to the left side for Ehrlich. He fakes, rolls right, got Gibbs. Gibbs lowers the head, and he's in for a Crown Point touchdown.
Yeah, Ryder Fernandez, the DB from Lake Central, tried to come up and stop Gibbs at about the 1-yard line. Gibbs just lowered the boom on him.
It's a 9-yard touchdown for Ehrlich. It's touchdown at number 11 on the season. It's touchdown number 4 for Gibbs. And out for the kick is Oliver Brewer for the extra point. And we've got a flag on the play.
There's a flag on the play. Preliminary signal,
Offsides on Lake Central. And those Crown Point linemen were off to the sides. They came up to the middle, and I think one of the D linemen for LC must have moved, so we'll retry it again. They declined the penalty. So
Hey,
Brewer for the extra point.
give you a little better of an angle.
Extra point up, and it is good. The Bulldogs take the early lead with 9:36 to play. They lead at 7-0. You're listening to Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
You like that better angle?
To game night on the Region Sports Network. Jay Simmons, Mike Zajac from Crown Point High School. The Bulldogs leading the Indians of Lake Central 7-0 on a first quarter drive, and pretty clean and almost perfect drive for the Crown Point on that one.
Yeah, it was flawless. I think Lake Central may have stopped them one time on a first down play or a second down play. First, couple plays where they had no positive gains, but not one negative play out there on that drive. Crown Point they just got that momentum going.
And now we go to the offense side for Lake Central. Their quarterback is Cameron Reddick. Tailback, Jacob Turley, Andrew Koszelski. Corey Beitler is the wide receiver. Trevor Kubaki in the slot. Left tackle, Jimmy Johnson. Leo Messberg, the left guard. Colton Mines, the center. Jake Jones, right guard, as this one's tapped up in the air and incomplete on first down. Will Sandoval, the right tackle. Tight end is Andrew Koszelski.
Yeah, nice job of the defensive linebacker, Griffin Van. Help me out here.
Sorry about that, Griffin Van Titchell.
Titchell did a nice job. Blitzed up the field, got his hands up in the air, and batted it incomplete.
It was a handoff, and picking up just a couple is Jacob Turley. He's got his hands full against the Crown Point defense. Cole Emanuelson, the defensive end. Big nose tackle is Mark Gonzalez. Josh Miller on the other side. Zimborski, Rodriguez, Gibbs, Van Tiggle, and Pavlo are the linebackers. Parent, Garcia, and Fanton are your DBs tonight. So third down, and they're going to call it 8 for Lake Central.
Yeah, big conversion down for the Indians. Then you got to keep that defense off the field for a little bit.
Reddick's going to have to throw the ball. Bunched up are the defenders right on the line. Only one man back for Crown Point. Looking to pass. Looking right. Nowhere to go. Gets away from one. Now he's going to run. Stiff arm at the 20. Got away, but now thrown down and out of bounds. Taken down by Zimborski. Zimborski took him down right around the 22-yard line. And a punt time for LC, a 3-and-out for this defensive Crown Point.
Yeah, the quarterback for Lake Central did a nice job escaping 2 tacklers, and then all of a sudden Zamborski came out of nowhere, looked like he'd been shot out of a cannon, and just whipped him down for, looks like he went right back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 4th and 8.
Punt is high, but it is very short. Didn't even make it to the 30, but it does take an LC bounce all the way down to the 41-yard line. I don't know if that was off the side of the foot possibly by the punter there. It's Trevor Baldwin, the punter.
Yeah, see, I wrote it down correctly.
I know you did.
Yeah, thank you. And don't forget, Langles has been a favorite since 1979, serving Northwest Indiana from 3 locations, Highland, Cherville, and here in Crown Point. Enjoy pizza, sandwiches, and more. Dine in or carry out. Order online at Langles.com. Langles Pizza, the official pizza of Region Sports Network.
Always delicious. Shotgun formation for Crown Point once again. They flip it off the shotgun, and taking this just a few yards is number 4. That was Jaden Rodriguez, the running back. And it's actually going to be a pass for Ehrlich. He does pick up about 5 yards on the play.
Yeah, nice job right there, and he gets rewarded. He gets to come out of the game.
That's usually how it goes, right?
But, yeah, nice pickup on first down. It's going to be 2nd down and 5.
They huddle up, get to the line. 15 seconds left on the play clock. 2 wide to the right for Ehrlich. Zimborski in motion to the right side. He flips it out to Ellison. He's got blockers ahead in a big hole. Ellison across the 25 and finally taken down at around the 21-yard line. A nice play call there from the Crown Point offense.
Yeah, nice job. Those receivers really sealed off the inside. The outside receiver blocked his receiver to the outside, and it looks like we got a penalty holding call. Well, no wonder why there was three great blocks out there by the receivers. One of them was holding somebody. So that ball's going to come back right at the point of attack. Good call by the officials.
The penalty was around the 31-yard line, it looked like.
So it looks like it'll be 2nd down and 9. Now the penalty right there, since it was downfield, was from the point of infraction, so they bring it back, and that's why it is going to be 2nd down and 9.
And now Crown Point's got to, why not go to the same play, opposite side of the field? Bunched up formation, only one wide to the right, and they're going to toss it out to him, making the grab. That is Biasi with the reception. He's close to that 1st down marker. He's going to come a yard short. So it'll be 3rd and 1 for Crown Point.
Well, nice job right there. Trevor Gibbs was a slot receiver, and he ran straight up the field, helped to clear out the free safety. And Biasi, the only thing he had to do was beat the man-to-man coverage, and he was able to pick up. It looks like they are.
Oh, they're going to give it to him, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I was going to say he was right at the 31-yard line.
And that's a Four Seasons first down hammer to help you out, man.
There you go. Thank you.
You got it.
Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville. Visit them on the web at fourseasonsmechanical.com. Pistol formation. Ehrlich fakes it to Ellison. Here comes the rush. Pressure. Lobs one up deep. Got a man. Biasi. Incomplete. There's a flag. Going to be pass interference on LC.
That looks like it was number 9 for Lake Central.
Looks like Jacob White Hustler, the defensive back, the junior DB.
It was a tough play for him. He had his back turned, and he did not know where the ball was, so he just went up and tackled the receiver. So tough job right there. He's got to get his head turned around and be able to find the ball. Having some issues there?
Yeah. Play action again. Ehrlich, and a smart play. He throws it toward the feet of Ellison. Pressure was coming from LC. Jamon Williams with the pressure for the Indians.
Yeah, Jamon Williams. Looked like the offensive line let Jamon Williams go a little bit too quick. They were trying to set up the screen pass. To me, that's not really a great call right here in that situation. Lake Central really hasn't been able to put much of a rush on, so when their defense is not putting much of a rush on, you really don't need to run a screen pass.
2nd down and 10 for Crown Point. Ball's at the 16-yard line, bunched up formation, and Ehrlich's going to go under center. Tosses it out to Ellison to the left side, breaks one tackle, breaks a second tackle, and he pushes his way forward across the 10 to the 9-yard line. So 3rd and short now for the Bulldogs with about 6.5 minutes to play here in the first.
Yeah, looks like about 3rd down and about 3 to go here. To me, if I'm Crown Point, I'm running 2 plays here.
Well, they're going empty back set. 5 wide. They got 4 to the right side. Tossing it left. Catch is made right at the goal line. He's actually going to be right at the 1-yard line, inside the 1. And it is Biasi with the catch on the far side of the field. It's in 1st down. It's brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville.
Well, what they did was they were able to put all those receivers to the wide side of the field. They got Biasi in man-to-man coverage, and all he did was run a little hitch pattern and got to looks like about the half-yard line.
Shotgun for Ehrlich. Hands off Ellison, and he's in to the end zone. Ball comes loose, but they already put their hands up for a Crown Point touchdown. As Ellison goes in, touchdown number 6 on the year.
Yeah, Ellison, right as he had crossed the goal line, had somebody just come across and lay a forearm right to the chest, and boy, that ball popped out. Luckily, it was for the touchdown, so the ball came out a little bit late.
Extra point here from Brewer. Ehrlich will hold. Snap down, kick up, and it is good. 14-0. The Bulldogs on top. 5:51 to play here in the first. You're listening to Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. As this Quintel kickoff is sent into the end zone. That kickoff and all kickoffs presented by Quintel Incorporated, handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994.
You know, Lake Central comes out for their second possession. They've got to get a couple first downs here. Slow the Bulldogs down a little bit. Give their defense time to regroup. And, you know, chew up was one of the keys to the game was time of possession. So far, they've had the ball for probably, so far in the first 7 minutes, probably 30 seconds.
I was going to say 30, 45 seconds. They come out and shotgun. One wide to the right, one to the left. And it's a handoff right up the middle. Big hole and a big hit. First down for LC, a huge hit there by Turley. Ran over one of the
free safety, got the boom lowered on him. It looks like it might have been Jake Garcia, number 21. He sort of stood there flat-footed and took that hit on, and Turley had a big head of steam, and ouch.
First and 10 for LC. It's another handoff, Turley. And this time he's wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage, going nowhere. Picked up 2, actually.
In that last play, when we talked about it, check out the IBEW Local 697 electrifying plays from this week's football action. Visit regionsports.com, Facebook /Region Sports Nation, or on Instagram. The electrifying plays presented by IBEW 697. The electrical professionals. That was a jolt right there to one of the defensive backs by Jacob Turley, picking up 12 yards on first down. Now all of a sudden Lake Central's offense got a little pep in their step.
2nd and 8 from the 38, and a false start is going to put them back 5 more yards.
Not too much pep in their step if they they jumped off the ball.
That brings up 2nd, and it'll be 13 for LC. I think they're going to just continue to run the ball.
Yeah, they want to burn that clock.
Yeah, run the clock, and then you said it in other games that I've done with you. Run, play action, throw it over the middle.
That's right. And Lake Central, you know, hey, slow the game down. Fewer plays, the better for them.
Yeah. Play clock down to 6 seconds. They're at the line. Line gets down 3 seconds, 2 seconds. They get it off. Fakes left, throwing. No, he's going to throw off to the left-hand side. He was looking deep to a man, but he actually had 2 defenders on him.
Yeah, number 3 for the Lake Central Indians.
Corey Beetler down there was not open. He ended up going to Trevor Kabaki that overthrown. So
Well,
it brings up 3rd and long.
Here's what happened on that play. Kabaki was the outside receiver. He ran a little hitch pattern, and then Corey Beeler ran a wheel pattern, and he pump faked to the short, tried to think he could go out to Corey Beeler for the long score, but he was double covered.
4 wide for Lake Central. Here comes some blitz. Reddick's got to run around to the left side, looking downfield, going to heave it out there. Nobody home. Incomplete. Not sure who he was looking for. Beetler and who was that? Tyler Ackner. The wide receivers were about 10 to 15 yards short of where the ball was thrown. Incomplete. It's 4th down.
Yeah, I think the quarterback thought, Reddick thought, what's that? I'm sorry, right here, Archer was going to break deep, and instead he came up short. So that was a little miscommunication between the receiver and the quarterback.
4th and it's 13. 4:02 still on the clock here in the first. Are you surprised they thrown the ball so much there on that drive?
Especially
after that one play from.
Once they got behind the change on 2nd and 3rd down and long, no, I wasn't surprised. But, maybe a screen pass or a draw or something like that, because Crown Point's rush has been so good right now that you need something to slow them down. And you know what's going to slow them down is some piping hot pizza delivered right to your door. Call Squeegee's Pizza of Griffith. Squeegee's is located at 106 South Broad Street in Griffith. Call them at 219-924-6000. Pickup or delivery. It's Squeegee's Pizza, the best of Broad.
Squeegee's always good. 3:51 to play here in the first quarter. Crown Point's offense back out onto the field as they lead it 14-0 over LC. And don't forget to visit regionsports.com regionsports.com, Facebook /Region Sports Nation, Instagram and Region Sports Network YouTube for this week's Home Improvement Top 10. Ehrlich to pass on 1st down, and the catch is complete to Zimborski for the 1st down.
Yeah, Ehrlich right there rolled out to the right side. Great side for him to roll since he's right-handed. And then the receiver ran a 15-yard out, did a nice job, picked a spot about 11 or 12 yards to the sideline, and he came back to the ball, and Ehrlich hit him right in stride, right at the sidelines. Beautiful throw and catch for a 1st down.
The Top 10 is brought to you by Enigenberg Exteriors. For all your home exterior needs, visit ebergexteriors.com. As this one is Ellison, a nice run there from Ellison crossing the 45 to the 40-yard line. He's picked up 9 on that play. Great play by the offensive line getting out there. They're getting deep into the LC.
Yeah, that right side of the line there, that's Austin Reading and Nolan Cicero getting a great push right there at the point of attack. They're just dominating on the offensive line right now against this Lake Central defense.
And a timeout is taken by Crown Point. We'll take one, too, with 2:45 to play here in the first. You're listening to Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. And a 1st down from Crown Point there on the pass to get it out to the 25-yard line.
Again, nice you know what? Noah Ehrlich has so much time back there. He's looking at his first target, his second target, and all of a sudden he's throwing to his third target wide open right across the middle of the field. They pick up the first down. They move the ball down to the 25-yard line. First down.
3 wide to the right for Ehrlich, 1 to the left. It's Ellison to his right side. Shotgun formation, back to pass, looking left. Catch is made, and it's close to the first down. He's still on his feet, getting wrapped up by LC. He stayed on his feet the entire time. Catch was made by Caden Smith on the left side. It's a first down, brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville.
Yeah, nice job. Ehrlich, the defensive backs, when they're isolated on an island like that and to a single receiver side, they're about 8 to 10 yards off the ball, and it's easy pitch and catch for the quarterback and receiver right there. You're hiding that pin from me. And Caden Smith just ran a little simple hitch route and was able to pick up a bunch of yards. 1st and 10 on the 10.
Ehrlich with it, fakes it, lobs one, end zone open, touchdown. That one is Lucas Zimborski for his 3rd touchdown of the season.
Yep. Hold on, we got to cross out last year's, but and Zimborski just broke wide open, ran a little corner pattern right there, and was wide open. Nobody within 5 yards of him.
A great play there from Crown Point on the play action, and Zimborski was wide open, and Crown Point on the board again for their 3rd touchdown. Ehrlich's 2nd of the game. As the extra point up and good, it's touchdown number 12 for Ehrlich. It's 21-0 Crown Point on top of LC. You're listening to Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. On the Region Sports Network, 21-0 the score. As Ehrlich hits Zimborski for touchdown number...
Oh, here you go.
I'm sorry. Touchdown number 12 on the year for Ehrlich. And the kickoff, the Quintel kickoff. And all kickoffs presented by Quintel Incorporated is in for a touchback, specializing in reconditioning, repairing, and remanufacturing of heat exchangers.
Yeah, and Lake Central coming out for their 3rd possession. I think last drive they've got 1 first down, so let's see if they can put a little bit more together, get a couple first downs here, ending the first quarter. They've got to do something here. I think you just go back to Jacob Turley, just try and pound it in between the tackles. That seemed to be successful. That when it was 2nd down and 9 last series, they got behind the chains. They had an illegal procedure penalty, and that forced them to pass. But I think if they can stay a little bit ahead of the chains, they should be able to be running the ball.
They give it to Turley on this one, but he's going to be wrapped up. Big Cole Emanuelson in there to take him down after maybe a yard. Emanuelson in there at 6 foot, 270.
Yeah, and Emanuelson just looked like he swallowed him up whole, got right over the top of him, and just dropped him down to the ground.
And the defensive line for Crown Point is causing the Indians' offensive line some problems, as they will all game. Already 2nd and 10 with 1:05 to play here in the first. Down to 5 seconds on the play clock. Reddick back to pass. No, he's going to give it up. And there was looking to throw the ball was Turley.
Maybe a little tailback pass right there.
A little bit of confusion maybe on the offensive line Of course, I just mentioned that defensive line for Crown Point giving them troubles. That backs them up now to the 16-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 14.
You know, that's the last thing Lake Central needs to do is get behind the chains, try and run a trick play. Stay within yourselves, get the ball moving down the field.
20 seconds on the game clock, 9 on the play clock, so they'll have to run a play here. This is Reddick back to pass. Pressure coming again. This one's tossed up into the air, almost intercepted. And diving for the ball there was Nico Pavlo, the senior linebacker, who just came up short as that one was knocked in the air. There is a flag, and it's going to be roughing the passer on Crown Point. I believe that was Josh Miller, the defensive end, who came free to get to Reddick. The defensive line pushing him back a yard. 2nd down coming up. That is the end of the first quarter. 21-0 is the score. The Bulldogs all over Lake Central. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. As we start the second quarter here at Crown Point.
All right, if Lake Central does not get a first down, we'll do our Strachan Van Til scoreboard update. The scoreboard update is brought to you by Strachan Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. We'll get to those if LC punts.
3rd and 9.
Big conversion down for the Indians right here.
And they need something. High snap. Reddick gets it. He's rolling right now. He's running for his life. Tosses one up and out of bounds. Got to be close to intentional grounding. I don't see anybody in the area.
Yeah, number 49, Logan Rodriguez for Crown Point. Looked like he was in the huddle because as soon as the ball was snapped, he blitzed right through between the left guard and center. Blitzed right through, and then we talked about it in the pregame with this 5-3 defense. You're going to have guys blitzing from all kinds of different places, and he came out of nowhere untouched. Reddick had no chance of getting rid of that ball. It looks like they're going to...
I don't think they called intentional grounding.
No, they did not, so it's going to be 4th down and 9.
And a punt time for Lake Central. Trevor Baldwin back to punt it away. Low snap, he gets it, and he just gets it off. Point across to the 50 to the 43. Down the sideline and hit hard at the 35-yard line. Griffin Van Tickle is knocked out.
And they're going to call a crackback block on Crown Point. One of the Crown Point guys hit a defenseless defensive player for Lake Central trying to make a tackle, and boy, did he light him up. His feet went flying in the air. That used to be a legal play, but now it is not, trying to increase the safety of the game. So that is going to mark it back from the point of the foul, 15 yards. So Crown Point will start at about
their own 45, maybe? 44?
Yep, 40, 45, 46, somewhere around there. Oh, yep. Here, let's get to that Strachan Van Til scoreboard update. Let's start. Wheeler Bearcats 14, Bishop Knowles 0.
That game going on Region Sports.
Yes, it is.
Right,
and we've got Calumet Christian 6, Boone Grove nothing, Chesterton 14, LaPorte Slicer 0, East Chicago and Bowman knotted up at zeros. We'll get to some more scores after this play.
Noah Ehrlich and company back to work. Trips to the left side. He fakes it to Ellison. Looking deep. Got a man. And incomplete. He was looking for Zimborski off to the right side. Just out of his hands. Came up a little short on the pass. Well, only second down.
Ehrlich had somebody right in his face, so he really couldn't step and follow through. So he's almost threw off his back foot. Let's continue with some more of these scores. Hammond Central and Indianapolis Short Ridge Blue Devils 0. All right. And let's see. Hanover 21, Lowell 0. Highland Calumet knotted up at 0. Hobart 14, KV 0.
Ehrlich fakes it to Ellison, rolls right, throwing, and this one is behind Zimborski. So that's incomplete. It'll be third down. Ehrlich being chased again. He's not happy with the last two throws.
Yeah, he was number 44 for Lake Central was right in his face.
Tyler Betchett.
Yep, Tyler Betchett, right in his face. Come on, man. Work with me here. He was right in his face, right as Ehrlich was throwing it, and Ehrlich, again, was not able to step into his throws. All right, let's get to a couple more of those scores. Andrean, 7. Munster 0, River Forest 14, Westside Cougars 0, Valparaiso 7, Michigan City 6.
Ehrlich back to pass on third down. This one is caught and then dropped. I don't think he actually had the ball in his hand to make a reception. Was Biasi right around that first down marker?
It looked like Biasi had a trap between his hand and his helmet right there, and the defensive back from Lake Central did a nice job coming up and tomahawking it out. And the last score for this Strachan Van Til scoreboard update, Griffith Panthers 21, Whiting 0.
And Griffith continues to roll.
Yes, they do.
They're in our top 10 in the RSN poll. I believe they're up to 6. Somewhere around there. I'll take a look later. Fourth down, Crown Point's going for it. Ehrlich going to roll to his right, looking deep, throwing, and the catch is made for a Crown Point first down. Logan Urbanek makes the catch for the first down. Panthers number 6 in the poll.
Boy,
just moving them up.
Yeah, Ehrlich just threw a bullet right there. Was able to finally, once he was bootlegging out, was able to step a little bit into his throw and just threw a dart right out there. No chance for Lake Central to stop him on fourth down.
A great play from Ehrlich. They've been rolling them out quite a few plays here on this drive. And pressure's coming too.
Yeah, trying to get him on his feet. He seems to be better thrower when he's moving.
This one from the pocket, throwing deep, got a man,
and he dropped
incomplete right through the breadbasket. Zimborski can't hold on. That was a perfect throw from Ehrlich.
And here, as soon as I say he's not as good a pocket passer, he dropped a dime right to Zamborski, right about the 10-yard line, just as Zamborski broke away from the two defensive backs, wide open, could have walked into the end zone for a touchdown. Yes, the young man's a little disappointed, but hey, he's having a great first half so far.
Zamborski coming off the field after the drop pass. So second down for Crown Point. 10:20 to play here in the second quarter. Trips to the left side for Ehrlich. And in motion back is Soley. He's rolling to his left, throwing deep, and catch is made. Going upstairs, climbing the ladder was Biasi for a Crown Point first down.
Yeah, Oscar Biasi climbed the ladder on that one big time. Boy, he has some good elevation right there. Was able to high point that ball. The defensive back had no chance of stopping that pass. And Ehrlich, again, throwing a nice pass where only his receiver could catch it.
It's a first down brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville, your Northwest Indiana heating and air conditioning specialist. There's a handoff to Ellison, right side, and he is tripped off. He had a hole, and a good play there by the linebacker coming up to make the play. Exactly, that was a safety coming in, Michael Legou.
Yeah, Legou did a nice job right there. Was able to wrap up right around the ankles, because if he didn't make that tackle, boom, he's in the end zone.
Second and 5 is Ehrlich, tosses it into the end zone for Jacob Soley gets the touchdown. That's touchdown number 2 on the season for the tight end.
Yeah, nice little pass there by Ehrlich. Nice play action pass. They look like they're going to play action it to the left. Solely releases from his tight end position to the right, runs a wheel pattern right up the sidelines, wide open.
And Brewer out for the extra point. And Crown Point going to make it now 28-0 here in the second. We'll take a break. You're listening to Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. Another touchdown from Ehrlich. Touchdown number 3 in the first half here. He's up to 13 on the season. And Jacob Soley gets his second touchdown of the season as the kick is away and into the end zone for a touchback. Quintel kickoff. And all kickoffs presented by Quintel Incorporated, handling jobs in all sizes throughout the country since 1994.
And don't forget, at halftime, we will have the Hose Connection halftime connecting the first half to the second half of tonight's game. It's the Hose Connection halftime report presented by Hose Connection, proven under pressure. Mike, that's you right now. You've been proven under pressure right now. Way to go. You're working with me. That's a lot of pressure.
That is. Pressure's on LC. They got to get something going.
Yes, they do.
It's going to get out of hand real quick as they're down 28 here in the second quarter. Reddick back to pass, and a catch is made far side of the field. That was number 3, Corey Beetler, with the reception. Nice quick pass to the outside, but they lose 1 yard.
And then the defensive back for Crown Point just came up out of nowhere and made a big hit right there. That was number 9 for the Bulldogs. And, of course, we don't have him. Oh, there he is. That's Griffin Van Tillich. Did a nice job coming up right out of his linebacker defensive back position there. Looked like he'd been shot out of a cannon. He got for a 2-yard loss.
2nd and 11 for LC. It's a handoff solely. Or it's, Turley with the carry, and he can't go anywhere. He's going to lose a yard. So now 3rd and long again for LC. The offensive line now just cannot handle the defensive line of Crown Point.
Well, I mean, there's a host of Crown Point Bulldogs led by Logan Rodriguez, a linebacker, blitzed on the play. He blitzed right into the play, caused mass confusion, a little bit of chaos by the offensive line, and it was just a host of Bulldogs. Did he call a host of Bulldogs? A pack of Bulldogs right there? Pack of Bulldogs.
Pack of dogs.
Pack of dogs in that backfield.
Shotgun again. Reddick fakes left, now throwing deep down the sideline. Incomplete, intended for his man. I believe that was Kubaki on the far side, just out of his reach. Great throw there by Reddick.
Yeah,
had 2 defenders on him as well.
Yeah, Reddick, first time he's had a few seconds to throw the ball. Unmolested, you could see he's got a nice arm, flipped it out there, just off his fingertips. Well, if he just floated that one maybe a little bit more, Kubaki could have ran underneath it.
Baldwin back to punt it away for LC. Now low snap, he gets it, and he does get it off. LC hop. This thing's going to roll into Crown Point territory, down to the 43-yard line.
Boy, yeah, he got about a 30-yard roll on that one. And don't forget, at the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll be naming the Lantern Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. They have offices open from 9 to 7 Monday through Friday and Saturday until 2. Those are not banker hours. And that's in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City.
It's a long time, 9 to 7. You got the time to go in there. Now you got Saturdays till 2 p.m. No excuse not to get in there. Crown Point's offense back out there at the 43-yard line. Ehrlich back out there, fakes to Ellison, looking deep. He's going to roll out and try to get away from defenders. He cannot.
Looked like leading away was number 22 for the Lake Central Indians.
It's Brody Ramirez getting in there along with number 55, Darnell Suttles, the nose tackle.
Yeah, that's one of the few times Lake Central's been able to put some pressure on, and they had to bring a linebacker, but a great job getting to the quarterback. Never let him set his feet back there, which he's had all, and they had 4 verticals going, so he thought he'd have enough time to sit back and throw that ball deep. He had no time.
Mark at 2nd and 17, 6.5 to play here in the second. Ehrlich back to pass, looking left, throwing, lobbing one, Biasi, incomplete. He wants a flag, but I think that was well out of bounds. The throw was from Ehrlich. And no, we're going to get
it looks like
a flag. They did throw the flag. I'm sorry, I didn't see it down there.
Yeah, it looked like the defensive back impeded his forward advancement. He grabbed him by the arm and held him back so he couldn't get to the ball, even though it was thrown out of bounds.
The ball was about, I would say, 6 feet out of bounds. No way Biasi was going to catch it. So this pushes the ball out to the 46-yard line of Crown Point, 2nd and 7.
Yeah, Lake Central had 2nd and 17 right there after the sack, and now they moved it up. And we talked about it in the pregame. LC's got to play a perfect game. A couple penalties hurting them right here.
And in motion, they fake it to him, but they flip it out to Ellison on the right side. He's got a big hole. Nobody down over there for LC. He's going to take it all the way down across the 20, down to the 10-yard line, and finally knocked out by one of the DBs over there for Lake Central. It's a nice play there. It's a pickup of about 45 yards.
Yeah, that looked like it could be a candidate for the IBEW Local 967 electrifying plays of the game, and that's from all the games this week. That could be a candidate right there. Allison, play action fake, faked it, settled right into the flat area, and then released out on a little arrow pattern, caught the ball, and just took off down the sidelines for 57-yard gain.
The ball was actually given to Caden Smith, number 1 of Crown Point. And Crown Point is going to take a timeout. We'll take one, too, with 5:59 to play in the second. You're listening to Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
We're doing a race.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. Jay Simmons, Mike Zajac from Crown Point High School. As the offense for Crown Point back out there. 1st and 10 from the 10. 1st and goal. Ehrlich, Ellison in motion. He's going to go up to the line. Ehrlich looking left side. He's going to flip it to Ellison across the 5. He's stiff arm but can't get away from defenders. Actually going to pick up about 2 more yards out to the 3-yard line. 2nd down and goal from the 3.
Yeah, nice job right there. Looks like number 8, Julian Bebian, was out there on the tackle. Nice one-on-one tackle. Ellison tried to do the stiff arm. He had nothing to do with it. Made the big tackle. Looks like it's going to be, what are you thinking about, the 4?
Yeah, the 4-yard line is where they marked it. The binoculars look working for you?
Yes, they are. I just put them on, so I had to ask.
Smith in motion for Ehrlich to the right side. Fakes it to Ellison. Flips it out to Gibbs. Gibbs with the stiff arm at the goal line. Into the end zone for another Crown Point touchdown.
And let's break that play down. What a great job. Ehrlich fakes it to Ellison. Ellison goes into the line. Number 1, Caden Smith runs a quick slant pattern, takes everybody across the field with him, and from the tight end position, Gibbs releases and is wide open in the flat. Great play design. You've got people going crisscrossing, linemen coming up. Great design. Good job of causing confusion on the defensive side.
Brewer out for the extra point. High snap. Ehrlich gets it down. Kick is up, and it is good. 35-0 is the score. The number 1 team in the region, Crown Point Bulldogs, on top of Lake Central. You're listening to Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
All right, I'm playing the end. It's not doing anything.
To restart the game, Brewer will kick for the Bulldogs. Jacob Hustler and Desmond Allen with deep for Lake Central.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. Kickoff from Brewer is taken and knocked down right away at the 22-yard line. Big number 91, Jackson Long with a hit. And knocking down, that was number 34, Christian Jackson. Taking it out to the 22-yard line. That was a Quintel kickoff. That kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated, handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994.
You know, at this point in the game, Lake Central's got to put a few things together, have something to build on, something to watch tomorrow, so that way they can feel good about getting ready for next week.
First down for Lake Central, and already a flag. I don't know if they had the player off. One player was running off.
Yeah, illegal substitution. Sorry.
No, you're good. Illegal substitution for LC, and then backs them up just a little bit.
And then when I tried to do it again, they wouldn't play any of the actions.
One player was just a tad late. I think he was right on the hash marks when the flag was thrown. So 1st and 15 to start it for LC. Reddick back to pass, looking left, throwing. Catch is made by the defender and taken down right away. It's number 80, Hamza Isa, with the reception for LC. Don't forget, Mayor Pete Land and Crown Point Pace Department are proud to support Crown Point Bulldogs Athletic and say go Bulldogs. Crown Point remains dedicated to preserving history, celebrating everyday life, providing the best in city services, and encouraging smart growth. Mayor Land and the Pace team invite everyone to browse wares from 70-plus vendors at Crown Point's Farmers Market from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturdays through September 28th, as this pass is incomplete. He was looking for Kubaki on the right-hand side. It's going to be 3rd down. You can see the Farmers Market at Bulldog Park. For a list of the vendors, visit crownpoint.info/farmers market.
Yeah, they tried to run a little quick screen right to the outside, and 2 defensive backs for Crown Point just came up and blew up the play. And Reddick did the smart thing and just threw that ball away. If the timing's off on a play like that, just get rid of it. Live to play another down.
3rd and 8 for LC. Back to passes. Reddick throwing and incomplete. Cross over the middle was Kubaki. He was looking at him. Hey, Kubaki's kind of a tall kid out there, but he had to really stretch for that one. 4th down for LC.
As a former wide receiver, when I come off the sidelines, the coach is going to look at me. Did that ball hit your hands? They're going to say yes, and you're going to say, well, then you should have caught it, because that one did hit his hands, but yes, you're right. He had to stretch all the way out for it, and going across the middle, you got to have a little bit of nerve to do that.
Kubaki in there at 6 foot, just off the fingertips. 4th down and another punt coming for Baldwin.
Crown Point doesn't have anybody deep.
They're coming for the block. They just missed it. This one is a good one. Going to take another LC bounce across the 50, and it lands out of bounds at the 43-yard line for Crown Point's offense to put more points on the board.
Yep, Crown Point, they've been clicking on all cylinders. Lake Central's been able to get in there just a little bit on that last series when they were passing the ball. But that's only when Ehrlich's been in the straight drop-back passes. When he's been moving around, he has been untouchable. And the play combination, the receiver combinations that the coaching staff has come up with are great. They seem to be able to isolate a one-on-one matchup on almost every play.
Don't forget, connecting the first half and the second half of tonight's game is the Hose Connections halftime report. It's coming up soon, presented by Hose Connections. Prove it. Under pressure. There's a pass over the middle. It's caught by Smith, and Smith across midfield to the 40, down to the 30-yard line. Catch and run for Smith gives the Bulldogs another 1st down. And it's presented by Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville. And a timeout on the field. We'll keep it right here. One of the players for LC is down. Not sure who it is. We'll hope to see a number soon when he gets up.
Yeah, let's break down that last play. Real simple play. You had Caden Smith as the outside receiver. The slot receiver ran a little arrow pattern, ran up the sideline, and wheel stretched the defensive backs to the outside. And then Caden Smith found that window, ran a curl pattern about 15 yards downfield. And the nice thing is once he caught that ball, Mike, he just accelerated and blew up into the secondary, and he looked like he was trying to get to the end zone.
Jacob White Hustler was the player down. He is now up and running off under his own power. Good to see. Jay, as a former wide receiver, what are you watching as a broadcaster? Are you watching the wide receivers? Are you watching the line?
I'm trying to watch both. Believe it or not. I'm trying to watch the whole field, but when I see the quarterback's eyes start to go downfield, then I hurry up and switch from the backfield to downfield and watching the wide receivers. You know, before when I first started doing my broadcasts, I would just watch the wide receivers, and, you know, all the people that were, you know, critiquing me were like going, hey, what's going on with the quarterback? What's going on at the offensive line? So I watch the offensive line, and then when the ball's released, I go downfield.
Ehrlich on the screen pass to the left side. A catch is made. Urbaniak with the reception across the 30 to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, and linebacker Brody Ramirez comes up out of his position, makes a solid tackle to hold him to only 5 yards on first down.
It's a pickup of 5, so 2nd and 5. 3:11 and counting on the clock. No rush for Crown Point's offense. Ehrlich in the pistol. He's got Gibbs off to his right side. He fakes it to the halfback. Now he's rolling to his left side, throwing, and a catch is made down the sideline near the 10-yard line. It was Biasi with the reception. And a Bulldog first down once again. It's brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville.
And Ehrlich this time is opposite of what he's been rolling out. This time he rolled out to his left, flushed out of the pocket, threw the ball on the money across his body as he was running to his left, throws across his body and slid it right between two defensive backs from Lake Central.
Tight end in motion. They're going to hand this one off right side, crossing the 10, down to the 5-yard line. That was Jaden Rodriguez with the carry. He's going to get it down. Actually brought him back all the way to 6. A player helmet coming off of Lake Central, one of the linebackers, I believe.
Yeah, it looked like it came flying off. I just see a helmet popping up in the air.
2nd down and goal now from the 5-yard line.
And don't forget at halftime, when we're doing our Hose Connection halftime, we'll do a Strachan Van Til scoreboard update. Your favorite Indiana-made grocery store.
Tommy Guandagno is in the game right next to Ehrlich. He's on the left. Now he goes to the right side. He's going to roll out. He's wide open, and he dropped the ball as the pass was coming in from Ehrlich. Just outside the hands. He had an easy walk-in touchdown had he held on to that. And that'll bring up 3rd and goal.
And looked like he had already scored the touchdown with his eyes, and he forgot something, and it was called the football because as he caught it, he was trying to secure it, and all of a sudden it popped straight up in the air and fell to the ground. He's going to have a nightmare about that one tonight. As a receiver, I've had those before.
I'm not going to have an easier one probably tonight for Guadagno. Jaden Rodriguez, is in the game. Corey Wright lining up as tight end for Gibbs. They give this one to Rodriguez. He's going to bounce it out to the left side, and he's in for another Crown Point touchdown. As Rodriguez gets in for a touchdown, his first of the game.
Well, nice job. He saw the linebacker stepping up into the hole, and then as soon as he saw that, he bounced it all the way to the outside the tight end, and walked in for the score.
Brewer out for the extra point. Snap down, kick up. It is good. It is 42-0 here. Crown Point leading Lake Central with 1:48 to play here in the second quarter. You're listening to Game Night on Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
The touchdown club would like to thank their in-game sponsors, AmeriClean, Junior Bulldogs Football, Dutch Farms, and Moda Beauty Bar for their support. Scores from around the region brought to you by Moda Beauty Bar, located in Woodfield and St. John. Convoy 10, Michigan City 6, Chesterton 14, Report 0, Michigan Maryville 8, Portage 6, Antelope Roseville 6, Brownsburg 30, Avon 7, Fishers 27, Hamilton Southeastern 14, Center Grove 28, Ben Davis 19.
Welcome back to game night on the Region Sports Network. Jay Simmons, Mike Zajac from Crown Point High School. 42-0 our score. The Bulldogs all over the Indians here, still in the first half.
Yeah, Lake Central just, looked like they just haven't been able to put the pieces together. And Crown Point is just clicking on all cylinders, offensively, defensively, whatever they do, they're doing it right.
This is a Quintel kickoff. Kickoff and all kickoffs presented by Quintel Incorporated. Handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994 as that one goes to the back of the end zone. So LC will get another crack at it from the 20-yard line. They'll have 1:48 to go here in the first half.
And this is a good time right now if I'm LC to work on my 2-minute offense. Try some things. It's hard to mimic this speed, this level during a game. So it's something good to work on right here for the Indians.
Reddick and company out there. I think I'm seeing some younger players out there for Crown Point. They send probably the backups out there. Reddick hands this one off to Turley, and he's going to take it across the 20 to the 26-yard line.
Looked like that was number 43 for the Lake Central Indians on the ball.
Christian Reed with the carry.
Yep, he's in there right now for the standing right to the right of Cameron Reddick.
They stopped the clock on the first downs, I guess.
Reddick with it, back to pass, looking left. He's going to roll out to his left side, flips it out. It's incomplete. He was looking for Issa on the far side of the field. It's incomplete, third down for LC. They just want a first down.
And right there, Reddick had to set his feet and take his time. He felt the pressure coming, but he still had enough time to throw. And when he released that ball took off way up over the receiver's head. He's just got to calm down a little bit out there.
Shotgun formation for LC. He's going to keep it himself. Faked it off to Reed. He's out to the 30-yard line, and I believe that's going to be a first down for LC. It's just second one of the game, and a good job by Reddick. And then offensive line, get a good push there.
And a good play design right there, and Reddick was able to foul his blocking right up the middle and get the first down.
First down is brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville. You can visit them on the web at fourseasonsmechanical.com. 3 wide to the left side. 33 seconds to play here in the first half. Reddick back to pass. Here comes some pressure. Rolling to his right. Going to heave it downfield. Got a man wide open. It's Kabaki at the 25. He's at the 10. 5. Touchdown. LC gets on the board.
Yeah, what a great job right there. Reddick able to see the Kabaki wide open, about a good 50-yard ball in the air. And Kabaki looked like he was catching a punt. That's how wide open he was. He caught it and just turned around and like, what? Wait a minute. There's nobody around me, and waltzed into the end zone. That was a 70-yard play for Lake Central Indians.
The DBs over there, Cesar Casanova, number 24, he turned around and goes, oops. My guy got behind me. The extra point is good from Bolden, and LC on the board. It's 42-7, 17 seconds to play here in the second quarter. Take a short break. You're listening to Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. Jay Simmons, Mike Zajac from Crown Point, and LC getting on the board. Kabaki coming wide open.
In classic style, a 70-yard pass from Reddick to Kabaki. Kabaki wide open down the field.
Baldwin to kick this one away. Low squib to the up man. It is Ben Clark taking in it. Clark crossing the 35 to the 40. He's out to the 45, make it the 47 as he's brought down there. A nice return for Crown Point offense. I think I see some new faces out there for CP's offense in the final 10 seconds of this first half as they're up 35.
Yeah, I would assume right here that Crown Point is going to take a knee and call it a half. They've had quite the impressive half.
Kyle Brainerd is the new quarterback. He'll take a knee, and that will do it after the first half. So Crown Point all over Lake Central. They got the backups in. They'll probably keep the backups the rest of the way in this one. We'll take a short break. The Host Connections halftime report is coming up next. You're listening to Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Right there?
The Royal Regiment is proud to present their 2024 show, Pure Imagination. Einstein said the true sign of intelligence is not knowledge but imagination. The marching band uses music from Delta as well as arrangements by John Lennon to take you on a journey of questioning and creativity. Drum majors Maya Lisma and Will Best and Victoria Bonjour. You may take the field.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. It is the Hose Connections halftime report brought to you by Hose Connections on Kennedy Avenue in Hammond. Visit them on the web at hoseconnectionsinc.com. Hose Connections, proven under pressure. Halftime here, 42-7 is the score. Crown Point all over Lake Central. And Jay, how are they doing it?
They are doing it any way they want to. Then let's start it off. We have Trevor Gibbs with the first score. That came at 9:32. That was a pass from Noah Ehrlich that came at 9 yards after their opening drive. Then continue on. We had at 5:51 in the first quarter a Larry Ellison run. And continuing in the first quarter, a Lucas Zimborski 10-yard pass from Noah Ehrlich that came at 1:46 in the first quarter. That was the last score of the first quarter. We ended up Crown Point 21, Lake Central 0. And then to continue on, we had a 30-yard pass from Noah Ehrlich to Jacob Soley that came at 9:04 in the second quarter. Another pass from Noah Ehrlich, 4-yard pass to Trevor Gibbs, who I'm putting on my fantasy football team this week. That's 2 touchdowns.
Offense and defense.
Yeah, offense and defense. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns. I like the percentages there. And it was a great play design. They did a little play fake to the running back, Allison. Allison stepped up into the line that drew the linebackers up. Then you had Caden Smith running a slant that cleared out the cornerback to that side, and then Gibbs from his tight end position slipped out there late in a little arrow pattern, wide open. Great play design right there by the coaching staff. And then let's see. Then as we continue on, we had Jaden Rodriguez with a 5-yard run that came at 1:48 in the second quarter. And then finally, Lake Central gets on an electrifying style. Let's see if we can find that. That would be IBEW Local 697 electrifying plays of the game. That's one of those you can check out on regionsports.com, Facebook/Region Sports Nation, and or Instagram. The electrifying plays presented by IBEW Local 697. The electrical professionals, and that came with 17 seconds left in the half. Trevor Kubiak on the receiving end of a 70-yard pass play from Cameron Reddick, and what a great job. Kubiak was wide open and was just able to waltz in, and that ended up the scoring right there. That puts us at 42-7. That is where we are at the end of the first half.
42-7. We're going to take a short break here. When we come back, we'll continue with the Hose Connections halftime report presented by Hose Connections, proven under pressure. You're listening to Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Good. To see you, man. Who's this? This is Posey. Yeah. Hey, we're not doing too good here.
No, not at all.
Now I'm a CP guy. Though.
Are you? Yeah, good for you. You're on the winning team.
Yeah. I'm in the first bus, sound asleep. I've been a young guy. I was out partying the night before, and I go, it's air conditioned, we're nice and cold. Somebody taps me on the shoulder and goes, "Hey, Mr. Simmons, we just crossed the state line. We're in Michigan." And I go up to the bus driver. I go, "We're in Michigan." According to every map I've ever looked at, Michigan is not involved from LaPorte to Lake Central. She's like, "Oh." It took us 2.5 hours to get home. Yeah, how's your brother doing?
Good. Yeah, I just saw him today.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, tell him I said hi, man. Great to see you.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. We're going to take a commercial break. We'll be back in about a minute. You're listening to Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
What time you play tomorrow?
Network. Jay Simmons, Mike Zajac, as you're listening to the Host Connections halftime report. It's brought to you by Host Connections on Kennedy Avenue in Hammond. Visit them on the web at hostconnectionsinc.com. Host Connections, proven under pressure as we are starting the second half pretty soon. But first, it's time for the scoreboard update brought to you by Strachan Van Til. Strachan Van Til, shop online for delivery or curbside pickup at strachanvantil.com.
All right, here we go as quickly as possible. Chesterton 14, LaPorte 0, Bowman East Chicago 0s, and these are in the third quarter. Hammond Central, Indianapolis, Shortridge 0s in the third quarter. Hanover Central 35, Lowell 14, Calumet 14, the Highland Trojans 0, Hobart 20, KV 10. Lake Station and Indianapolis, Washington, and knotted up at 0. Maryville 14, Portage 6, Andrean 14, Munster 0, River Forest 21, Westside 0, Valparaiso 17, Michigan City 6, and the Griffith Panthers in the third quarter all over Whiting 42-0.
Follow all of tonight's region football scores live on the Strachan Van Til Hometown Scoreboard. It's streaming on youtube.com/regionsports, facebook.com/regionsports, and regionsports.com. Strachan Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store.
And don't forget about Lango's, has been a favorite of Northwest Indiana since 1979, serving Northwest Indiana from 3 locations: Highland, Cherville, Crown Point. Enjoy pizza, sandwiches, and more. Dine in or carry out. Order online at langospizza.com. Lango's Pizza, the official pizza of the Region Sports Network.
Are we getting some after?
I hope so. Unless those guys at the station devour it before we get there.
I'm sure they did. Mike and Zach in the studio. The kickoff is out of the end zone, the Quintel kickoff. And all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated, specializing in the reconditioning, repairing, and manufacturing of heat exchangers. And we are going to have a running clock the rest of the way unless LC cuts the score. 42-7 is the score. LC is going to come out onto the field. They'll probably just keep their starters in, get some work in.
Yes, definitely. You know, it looks like Crown Point has substituted significantly out there. Lake Central's going to stay with their starters.
This is Reddick, the handoff. This is Reed to the right side, crosses the 20 and 25 out to the 30-yard line, close to that first down marker. I think they'll give it to him. They do. It's a first down for the Lake Central Indians, and it's a Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville, your Northwest Indiana heating and air conditioning specialist.
Yeah, Lake Central, nice little play right there, a little simple draw play to the outside. Running back does a nice job following his block and gets a big first down for the Indians.
Reddick and shotgun again. Handoff Reed up the middle again across the 35 to the 41-yard line. It's another Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville.
Yep.
First down.
And you can read that Sanskrit right there. What's the size of our running back for the Lake Central Indians?
Christian Reed, 5'7", 210. He's a bowling ball.
Yes, he is. Low center of gravity is the way they like to say it.
Shotgun again for Reddick. 2 wide. 1 to the left, 1 to the right for him. It's Reed to his left side. Fakes it to Reed. Back to pass. Looking right. Throwing deep. Got a man out there. It's Kubaki, and it's incomplete. Intended for Kubaki, and it was number 25, Carson. Which one is that? Carson Casanova? No.
Casanova, yes. Carson Casanova right there. Did a nice job right in Kubaki's face, and just as Kubaki was coming down with it, knocked it out of his hands. Well, it was a nice throw right on the money. Just needed to come down with that one.
So 2nd and 10. And there you go. Kubaki's still down far side of the field. I was wondering why the clock was stopped and we had time. I was looking to see why, and now Kubaki is up and staying on the sideline. So the clock continues to run, 9:53 and counting. Handoff to Reed, left side. He's spinning and bringing a tackler with him across the 45 to the 47.
And don't forget, stay with Region Sports after the game as well as we send it back to the Centaur Bank Studio. Catch up on all the latest scores, highlights, and more, all live from the Centaur Studios right after the game.
Reed was bringing his defender with him. The sophomore Christian Renecki was hanging on for dear life. It's a pickup of 4, 3rd and 6. They give it to Reed. He gets a block. He spins away from one across midfield, pushing his way across the 45 down to the 42-yard line is Reed, and it's another first down.
Yeah, Lake Central's piling up the first downs right now, getting some good pushes up front. You know, they still have their varsity, their number ones in. Looks like Crown Point has their number 2s in. But this is something good that Lake Central can build on for later on in the season.
It's The Four Seasons Mechanical first down. Shotgun for Reddick. Reed, he's going to keep it. Reed taking it right side. He's across the 40 to the 35, crossing the 30, cuts back to the middle of the field, crossing the 25-yard line. A nice pickup out to the 24-yard line. And Reed with another first down.
Yeah, and that kind of guy, that kind of hard-nosed running is a blue-collar type of guy, and that's Boilermakers Local 372 blue-collar player of the game. Earn while you learn with Boilermakers Local 374. That's the type of guy we're looking for that award.
That'll be at the end of the game. We'll go through all the awards. First and 10, 7:50 and counting. And the third, here's the running back. Taking this one is number 34, Christian Jackson. And Jackson spinning through defenders, gets it out across the 20 to the 16-yard line, and he is down. Slow to get up. He took a big hit at the end of that play.
Yeah, it looked like he came up limping just a little bit. Looked a bad wheel out there, maybe a sprained ankle. Don't want to try and guess what happened out there.
Don't forget about Mayor Pete's Land and the Crown Point Pace Department. It's proud to support Crown Point Bulldog Athletics and say, go Bulldogs. Crown Point remains dedicated to preserving history, celebrating everyday life, providing the best in the city services, and encouraging smart growth. Maryland and the Pace team invite everyone to browse the wares of the 70-plus vendors at Crown Point Farmers Market, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. most Saturdays through September 28th. It's at Bulldog Park. You can go for a list of the vendors, crownpoint.info/farmers market. Second down, Reddick will hand this one off again, and we got a stoppage in play. Didn't get the play off. I'm not sure if the referees were ready.
Yep.
No, they're going to call a false start on Lake Central.
It looks like number 4 for the Indians was carrying the ball there. Do you need my binoculars to see that?
I might need to.
Well, you're asking the wrong guy, my friend.
It's up second down and 7. Reddick hands it off. Going right side, crossing the 15 to the 10, inside the 5-yard line, and take it down at the 4.
I'm trying to flash the light on here because we don't have a light on.
I got it. Yeah.
I still can't read that. Lanzos.
So inside the 5, first and goal for Lake Central, trying to get on the scoreboard again. It's a handoff again, and into the end zone, right up the middle he goes for a Lake Central touchdown.
Nice job right there by the Lake Central offensive line, getting a good push. A little crease opens up. He darts in and walks into the end zone for the score.
I'm going to give it a try. Lance Onyukwu.
There you go.
There we go. Lance Onyukwu, number 4, the junior running back, goes into the end zone, and Baldwin out for the extra point. Low snap. He just got it down, and it's through the uprights and good. 42-14 the score. Crown Point on top of LC. You're listening to Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
To restart the game, Alden will kick for Lake Central. Connolly, Brunak, and Ken Kunkel are deep for the Bulldogs.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. Jay Simmons, Mike Zajac from Crown Point High School. LC tacking one on again. They get in from 4 yards out. And they get 42-14. Quintel kickoff here. And it's a short one out to the 30. One of the up men take it across the 35 to the 39-yard line for Crown Point.
Yeah, nice job. One of the up backs catching that ball, and he knew exactly what to do with it. Catch it and start running straight up the field.
That was Gregory Freeman, one of the defensive linemen for Crown Point. So now with the score at 42-14, the clock continues to run here. 5:07 and counting.
In the third quarter.
Brainerd out there on quarterback for Crown Point. He hands this one off. Taken in by Rodriguez, and Rodriguez is able to pick up about 4 and get behind the blockers there, cut it back to the middle of the field, second down.
Yeah, Jaden Rodriguez had the last score for the Crown Point Bulldogs. That came at 1:48 left in the second quarter, a 5-yard run.
Kyle Brainerd, the quarterback, senior. Like Tommy Guadagno is the running back. Chase Horton, one of the wide receivers on the near side of the field. 3 wide to the left for Brainerd. Clock continues to run. Play clock down to 5. They get it off. Brainerd fakes it to Guadagno. He pitches it out to the tight end over there. That's number 40, Corey Wright, on the left side of the hash. And he gets it to the 45, make it the 47-yard line. They'll bring up third and short.
Yeah, nice little play action right there. Quarterback rides that Guanago going through, pulls it out at the last second, and he's a lefty, so he's throwing it to the left side. Easy pitch and catch to the tight end right there, just short of the first down.
3rd and 1 for Crown Point. A bunched up formation right at the line. Pistol formation for Brainerd. And Guadagno in for him. Man in motion, gets a big block there as they hand it off to Guadagno. He goes up the middle, and he crosses midfield for a first down. Nice block there by the tight end, Corey Wright. And they're getting one of the defensive linemen coming from the opposite side.
Yeah, it looked like a linebacker blitzing right into the play, did not get his feet settled, and just got leveled by Wright there. Wright was right on with that block.
Yes, he was. Shotgun for Brainerd, down to just under 3 minutes to go here in the third. 3 wide to the right for him, 1 to the left. Guadagno still in the backfield.
When they've been doing this with the first unit, they would just run a quick hitch to the shorts to the one receiver side, which they do here.
They do right there. It's across to the far side of the field.
Looks like number 17 on the catch.
Alex Rodriguez, A-Rod with the catch. Crosses the 40 to 30-yard line of Lake Central for a first down.
Yeah, anytime they have that trip set to the wide side and the one receiver to the short side, that Lake Central defensive back is 8 to 10 yards off, and he's bailing out because he knows he's like Gilligan. He's on the island by himself, and so he's afraid of getting beat deep, and he's giving too much cushion out there.
It's a Four Seasons mechanical first down. Same formation here for Crown Point on 1st and 10, 1:55 to play here in the third quarter. Brainerd, he fakes it to Guadagno, pitches it over the middle to the tight end, making the grab, and crossing the 20 for a first down. And that was, once again, number 40, Corey Wright, with the reception, moves the chains. Don't forget to visit regionsports.com, Facebook /Region Sports Nation, Instagram, and Region Sports Network YouTube for this week's Home Improvement Top 10. It's presented by Enigenberg Exteriors. For all your home exterior needs, visit ebergexteriors.com.
Well, we know that Crown Point here is going to nail the coffin on that number 1 spot after this performance tonight. And as we were looking at some of the scores at halftime, Hanover in the number 2 spot was winning pretty soundly against their opponents. So, 1 and 2 look pretty solid right there. LC, I'm sure after tonight's performance, is going to bail out of the top 10. And let's see, teams on the bubble. You got Michigan City, KV, River Forest, I think, might move in. They were leading in their game, and Chesterton and Hobart were both leading in their game. So we're going to have a shakeup down at the bottom there a little bit to see what's going on next week with the top 10.
I think Portage was trailing their game.
Yeah.
What it was?
Yep.
Yeah, they're in at number 10 right now. Jay's looking for his
the score sheet.
Yeah, it's going to take a while through all these papers. Guadagno gets the handoff. He broke a couple stiff arms behind the line. He's actually going to lose yards, go back to the 22-yard line. So that brings up 3rd and looks like 13 as they need to get it down to the 9.
And that's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter.
That'll do it. 42-14 is the score as we head to the 4th. You're listening to Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Have you bank's student checking account? This no-fee checking account is perfect for students and teens ages 14 to 24 and comes with all the features you need to succeed, such as a debit card, digital banking, and automatic deposit. Centier Bank can help you start establishing good spending habits today for your better tomorrow. For more information, visit Centier.com/student-checking or visit your local branch. If you are under the age of 18, your parent or guardian must also sign on the Centier student checking account. At the age of 25, your account will automatically convert to the Centier checking account. You must deposit $25 to open this account. This account is not eligible for overdraft advantage. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. Jay Simmons, Mike Zajac here at Crown Point High School. Packed crowd here. Singing Sweet Caroline. They got their phones out with the lights on. I think at some point they might actually turn the lights off and then do it, because that would seem probably kind of cool if they did that. I don't know if they have the – well, they definitely have the money, but I don't know if they have the power to do it. Brainer's going to take this one himself off to the left side, crossing the 20 to the 16-yard line.
But it could take those big lights a long time to warm back up.
For sure.
That's the problem. All right, so we were talking about the Annenberg top 10.
Top 10. You can find them on the web at ebergexteriors.com.
Oh, okay. Let's see. So we've got Chesterton up 14-0 over to LaPorte Slicers, and they're on the bubble. That could bounce into the top 10. Hanover was 35-14 all over Lowell's, and they're number 2. That's going to keep them right there in that spot. Let's see. Maryville was 14-6 on Portage, so Maryville will probably stay pat. Now Portage is going to drop out, so that's going to maybe move in Chesterton into the top 10.
4th down, and Crown Point going for it. Brainerd's going to get wrapped up in the backfield, taken down at the 25-yard line. It's a turnover for Crown Point.
And let's continue through this. We got Griffith 42-0 on putting a wrap on Whiting. Can they move and surpass? Let's take a look, see if we can find
them in the top 5.
Yeah, could. Andran's number 5, 14-0 against Munster. What
Well, let's see. What did Griffith do against Munster compared to what Andreans?
Oh, yeah, there you go.
You kind of look at that.
Yeah, very good. Great call right there. Yeah, so maybe they
BCS type of
yeah,
thing.
there you go. And then they would bounce up one spot, and Valparaiso was, late in the 3rd quarter was 17-6. So Valpo's going to probably, if they continue with what they're doing, they'll probably continue in the number 4 spot. So 1 through 4 is going to be pretty solid. I hope Mike Dewan and the the committee are listening.
As they always are. They should be.
Well, at least we know we'd have one.
The committee should always
Yes,
be listening.
that's
and
right.
They should be watching all these games. They should be getting in a room together, in a board room, all 12 of them.
Yeah. So, Mike, you're hearing my predictions on the and the rest of the committee. So what should transpire?
I'm picking. I put Griffith in the top 5.
There you go.
I mean, Coach Mason's doing a great job there. Was this his second or third year?
Second year.
Second year.
You know,
I mean, you just look at what they were 5 years ago. Maybe,
they were.
was a
The program
disaster.
was down, and it was way down, and they were at the bottom of the conference year in and year out, and then they moved down to the Greater South Shore, and then they also at the same time they dropped in populations or student enrollment. So but Coach Mason has turned this program around. And when I talked to Coach Mason earlier in the summer, he said, we went undefeated in the JV season last year,
which is good.
And he goes, you know what, I could have brought all those sophomores up, and we would have still been not very good last year. He goes, I wanted to teach those guys how to win.
Yeah.
And, they went through their JV schedule and were dominant. They were, 8-0 or 9-0, and they just played great. So then all of a sudden now they got this idea of how to win, how to finish games. And now he's brought that mentality to the varsity level. They have a decent group of seniors, but really they're junior and sophomore laden right now at the varsity level.
And I do know the president of the Pop Warner for Griffith.
Oh, okay.
Well. So he had a meeting with Coach Mason, and they want to work together on, because they did it with Coach Radke. It went down to the Pop Warner,
right?
Kids, and they knew the way to win. The wishbone offense and their defense, so they knew what they were running when they got to the high school level.
100%. Yes.
So, and I know my sister lives down in Center Grove. They're doing the same thing with the kids now when they're 5, 6, 7 years old. They got the same offense they're running at.
That's the way to build that program up.
Yeah, and then
it takes
Griffith
time.
is doing it now, and hopefully.
Yeah, Crown Point, same way.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, they built up that Pop Warner program, and I'm sure if you went on the field and asked these kids out here on Crown Point, they were in the Bulldog program, since probably 10, 11, 12 years old, playing and running basically the same system. They've had some changes at the head coaching position, but Coach Buzia has really brought this program around over the last few years.
Sophomore quarterback for Crown Point in the game is Cooper Molaski, as the clock is down to 7 minutes and counting here in the fourth quarter. It's still a 42-14 game. Lake Central did end up punting on their last drive. And we're going to get close to don't forget, stick around. Get to the Crowell Company's Lanterman superhero of the game. We'll get to the Boilermakers Local 374 blue-collar player of the game, and also a Region Sports Network play of the game as well. Here's a handoff, cutting across the 40 to the 45-yard line. A good run there by the young back. Was number 28, John Tiawan is the running back. That's a junior running back out there.
Years when I first started broadcasting, all the fields were grass, and we'd always say, "Yeah, we got the clean Jersey guys out there now." But now that they don't, they don't get their uniforms dirty anymore.
They're all clean.
Hey, don't forget, for piping hot pizza delivered right to your door, call Squeegee's Pizza of Griffith. Squeegee's located at 106 South Broad Street in Griffith. Call them at 219-924-6000. Pickup or delivery, it's Squeegee's Pizza of Griffith, the best on Broad.
Molaski's pass over the middle is incomplete. It's second down. 5.5 to play here in the fourth. Another score. Colorado 4, Cubs 2 in the sixth.
Now the Cubs in the hunt for a playoff position. Once football starts, I sort of turn baseball off.
Well, it's been a little rough. A little miscommunication in the backfield. Molaski and the running back, Lafferty, kind of got crossed up with each other. As Mulaski is going to lose a couple of yards, backed up to the 44-yard line. Third down for the Bulldogs.
Hey, we got a first time since we've gotten here, I've got a clean space here to write all our award winners out. Now I just got to find all the paper that I had it on.
Yeah, he's got a pen. He's got his own pen now.
Yes, he does.
Packed crowd here at Crown Point as usual. I mean,
the home side is always
I
packed.
say it every night when we come here. It's a family event at Crown Point High School. As Mulaski flips this one out, it's intercepted. Linebackers got it far side of the field across the 30, 20, and finally knocked down inside the 15-yard line. He took it away around the 45 of LC.
Yeah, number 12 for the Lake Central Indians came up with that interception.
Colin Myers, the junior linebacker for LC, a big pick for him. And LC going to try and put this one in the end zone. They've got about 4 minutes to do so. They only got to go 10 yards.
Yeah, nice job anticipating the out route, undercut the pass. Mulaski, sort of an ill-advised pass. He had a defensive lineman draped all over him, and he still tried to get that ball off. And the defensive linebacker right there came up, stepped right in front of the receiver, and made the big catch.
Hand off to the running back, and going nowhere. Onukwa with the carry for LC. New quarterback is the freshman for LC, Wes Lasich.
That's Lilich. He was a student of mine. That's the only reason why I know it. I'm not just messing with you.
You know, there's some names on here that we
haven't practiced, Jed.
Mispronounced. I thought that was gonna get let go, but
oh no, I had to. Well, I know Wes. He was a good student of mine. He's only a freshman. As the JV backup, or the number 2 on
number 2 on JV.
Yeah, he's
or number 2 on varsity.
Yeah, number 2 on the depth chart. When we got the depth chart, I looked. I go, oh, wow, they got a freshman backup quarterback for the varsity.
Gotcha. As this one, Onukwa picks up 1, gets it to the 7.5-yard line. It looks like on the near side of the field. 2 minutes 15 seconds to play. Fake the handoff, now rolling to the right, looking and taken down in the backfield. Number 52 for Crown Point. Stefan Pantelik, the sophomore linebacker, gets in there and it drags him down at the 15-yard line. And LC bringing the kick team out for kick here is number 83. Let's see. Who's number 83 on LC?
Yeah,
Cody Boyle.
I can't help you on that one. I'm just
30-yarder. Snap down. Kick is blocked. One of them got their hands up, and it's going to be picked up by Crown Point around the 3-yard line and taken out across the 10 to the 12-yard line. So denied. Not sure exactly who got their big hand on it. They're all
high-fiving
each other. I'm looking at who it was. Looked like maybe number 43, Fletcher Dickinson, the sophomore, might have got it. But Crown Point denies LC. And a final 45 seconds to go here. We'll get to the Crowell Company's Lanterman superhero of the game. The Crowell Company is proud to recognize the superheroes on the football field. Jay, who you got?
We're going to go with Noah Ehrlich. 3 touchdown passes tonight, over 150 yards passing. All of that came in the first half.
It's time to name the Blue Collar Player of the Game. It's brought to you by Boilermakers Local 374. Learn about the apprenticeship programs and more at local374.org.
Yeah, we're going to go with Larry Ellison. 1 touchdown and over 80 yards rushing in the game. All of those in the first half.
Time to name the Play of the Game. It's presented by Region Sports Network. Play of the game is...
And we're going to go on the other side of the ball. We're going to Cam Reddick with a 70-yard pass play, not 70 yards in the air, but 70-yard pass play to Trevor Kubiak. And that came with 17 seconds left in the first half. It was a great job. Kubiak, wide open, 15 yards past the nearest defensive back, caught it like a punt, and then turned around and waltzed in the last 20 yards for the first score by Lake Central in the ballgame.
Final score here, 42-14. Crown Point defeating Lake Central. They move to 4-0. And Lake Central falling to 2-2.
Yes.
I want to thank the coaches, Lake Central's Pete Koulianos, Crown Point's Craig Buzia, the athletic director, Chris Einhardt, and LC Bill Derula at Crown Point. We want to thank you viewers watching on Facebook.com/Region Sports, YouTube's page, regionsports.com, and the IHSAA-TV.org. For Clint Klaus, Jay Simmons, I'm Mike Zajac saying so long. You've been listening to the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.